Hello, everybody. I'm Captain Raul Javel with LAPD Central Division. This is Commander Lillian Kawanja, the Assistant Commanding Officer of Operations Central Bureau. We are asking for the public's assistance in locating a violent suspect that shot two victims outside of the Target located at 7th Figueroa in downtown Los Angeles last night about 9 p.m. The suspect describes a male, light complexion, about 25 to 30 years old, 170 pounds, 6 feet tall, and last seen wearing a long pink-colored scarf around his neck. Last night, close to 9, the suspect entered the store carrying a briefcase. He secreted items in the briefcase and walked out past the cash registers without paying. He was confronted by the security officers outside of the Target, where a confrontation ensued. During that scuffle, the suspect produced a pistol and fired indiscriminately, shooting two people. Both of those two individuals were shot with severe wounds. They were both transported to a local hospital where one was treated and released this morning, and the other one unfortunately had severe injuries and is still listed in critical condition at the hospital. We're asking for the public's help in this incident. During that confrontation, we do want to mention that one of the armed security officers wearing a marked uniform also fired back, so that this was a gunfight. We don't know if the suspect was hit. We do know that over 10 rounds were fired in that confrontation. It appears that there were several of the walls at that shopping plaza were struck. Currently, we're still working the leads on this investigation. Our detectives are still at the scene, looking for witnesses, examining the evidence. We have, like I mentioned, over 10 casings at the scene. We're asking for the public's help. I'm sure somebody recognizes this individual. Please call LAPD Central Detectives. I do want to close in saying that our partnership with the community and the local shopping establishments are crucial. As we pursue justice for these victims, we're equally committed to prevention and deterring shoplifting. The LAPD will continue to work with all city entities, businesses, and non-government organizations as we strive to make downtown a safe location to visit, live, and work at. Any questions?
I do. Did he shoot the victims? Were they security guards or citizens, shoppers?
So one was loss prevention, not armed. The other one was an armed security officer for that mall.
So they're both employees?
I'm sorry?
Both employees.
One was an employee of Target, one was an employee of that shopping center.
Where exactly it all played out?
So right outside of that 7th and Fig Plaza, second level outside of the Target, this was as the suspect exited the store with the stolen items, it was confronted as they usually are confronted outside, and that's where the confrontation ensued.
As you consult with, for example, Target, their loss prevention, the shopping plaza staff, and you discuss best practices and the way this unfolded, taking a look at what seems to have happened here, what are your thoughts on the way this unfolded? Did they follow the right procedures?
Yeah, so as you know, before I answer that, I do want to say we have a great relationship with that particular establishment, with Target, with that whole plaza. We conduct regular briefings about security, safety. We have done plainclothes operations there in the past to catch a lot of these people shoplifting. They're following their internal protocols. I don't know what they are for that company. I do know that they have a very professional staff that I personally met. They're very dedicated. They have done this many times where this has not happened. Unfortunately, this is what we fear when we have shoplifters, is this deadly confrontations where somebody pulls a gun. And unfortunately, it happened yesterday. It happened here in downtown LA. But we'll continue to work with that establishment, not only to arrest those individuals, but to prevent that as well.
And also what you characterize here as a gunfight, 10 bullets flying. I mean, this is a popular shopping center. It's got everything from a gym to a Target. There's people of all ages. There's babies. There's seniors. 10 bullets were flying. I mean, that's scary for people.
Absolutely. Obviously, any victim shot anywhere is a big deal for us, for the LAPD, given that this is a shopping center where it's probably one of the busiest places downtown that I know of. It's very scary. Unfortunately, the suspect got away. I'm pretty confident that we will arrest him. I'm confident that somebody will recognize it and call us. But we can't prevent this, but we can only mitigate it.
Any word on what the suspect was stealing? How much worth of value?
So the information I got, we're still kind of looking at the video. The information I got was that he walked in and started stuffing stuff in his bag, stationery, clothing, multiple items of merchandise.
Any idea how much it was worth?
I was told about $1,600, which I was told was also recovered during the confrontation, was left behind. That was recovered by our police officers.
Did the shooting at 9:30 on Maple have anything to do with the target shooting?
No, nothing that we know of. That seems to be a completely unrelated incident.
There was a report of a shooting at this target a couple days prior. Do you know what occurred there?
So yes, we did have a shooting, not at the target. It was a little south of there, I should say north of there, by the intersection. That is where an individual was shot in the stomach. We are still working that case. We did recover some evidence, casings in particular. With any shooting, we'll be doing NIBIN and trying to see if these cases are linked in any way. But at this point, we have no information that they're linked.
This is the second deadly encounter at that target in the last couple of years. In 2022, an armed guard shot someone who had stabbed a couple people at the target. How do you convince people that this is a safe place to go shopping?
Well, I think the LAPD as a whole has done a great job. Our men and women have done a great job of addressing shoplifting. If you look at the number of arrests, if you look at our task force that was put together by the department, we have done a great job in trying to deter this stuff. I know in Central Division we've arrested, over 100 people for shoplifting. So we've also, for the holidays, have additional patrols in that area. We can't be there, every day, all the time, but we have additional patrols. So I think if you look at downtown LA, if you look at across the nation, we have not had these smash and grab type robberies that we're seeing a year or two ago. So I would say we've done a pretty decent job of trying to arrest these perpetrators and deter this. There's still a lot of work to be done, definitely.
I saw some more armed or uniformed police officers up at the shopping center this morning. With the bowl game this weekend, does that have any effect or any bearing on more officers around?
Well, this is it's been a pretty busy end of the year for the LAPD, for downtown LA. As you mentioned, we did have that double homicide a few days ago, unrelated to this incident. We have stepped up our patrols in downtown. We have a pretty robust deployment today. We are looking for troublemakers and trying to deter and interdict, particularly the party warehouses and all that stuff that we've seen in the past. But as far as the department and the bureau, our commander can talk more about what we're doing as a bureau.
What do you know about the person responsible?
I'm sorry?
What do you know about the person responsible? What can you share?
We really don't know a lot. All we have is a photo at this point, and we know he's violent and we know he's armed. He's still that weapon is still outstanding. So, we're asking people do not approach, do not talk to him. Call 911, back off, and let us know where he's at. This is really, really. We're really lucky nobody got killed in this incident. Given the number of people out there, the discriminate shooting, it goes to show that this individual is really dangerous.
Who is in critical condition? Is it the loss prevention officer or the armed security guard?
Yes, the target employee.
The loss prevention.
Correct.
And then I also heard the suspect got away on a bicycle. Is that true?
We're still looking at leads to see how he got away. We're not sure. In the commotion, we were told he walked away. So we're chasing that video and seeing if we can pinpoint how he got away and where. So we just don't have those details at this point.
You figure the violence of this individual. Can you just touch on the urgency to find him? And then you also mentioned shoplifting. Can you talk about Prop 36 and how it's impacting this?
Sure. First of all, I do want to mention that if you look at gun violence and victims shot, it's down in downtown LA, especially for this division. We've done a tremendous job, the men and women, of recovering guns and arresting violators. But it still happens. But this particular incident is particularly troubling because it was unprovoked. People were doing the lawful duties to detain this individual. There was a lot of people around. It appears that the shooting was very indiscriminate. The suspect fired at least 5 rounds. You know, he could have shot multiple people in that mall. So this particular individual has demonstrated just a wanton disregard for human life, basically. So we really need to find him. We want to make sure it doesn't happen again. So we're asking for the public's help, please.
I can take 36.
Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Lillian Carranza. I'm now commander here in Operations Central Bureau. My name is spelled Lillian. Last name Carranza. First and foremost, thank you for being here today. This individual is going to be identified, located, arrested, and prosecuted because of you. You know, being here and being a force multiplier with a community member. This individual has very distinctive features, and I have no doubt that thanks to you, later this afternoon, we'll get a phone call and possible an identification on this violent criminal. I also would like to take the time to thank not only Captain Javel, but his team that stands behind me. These are the men and women that work relentlessly throughout the day to make sure that the community is kept safe. We're developing those relationships not only with the victims, the community members, the business owners, and it is thanks to some of these business owners and the equipment that they have deployed that we were able to get such a clear picture of the suspect. With that being said, you asked about Proposition 36. It went into effect December the 18th. It's no secret that we have a new police chief. We also have a new deputy district attorney. And we have seen an increase in felony filings as it relates to petty theft with a prior felony petty thefts. And I am very happy to see that, because I have no doubt that that will serve as a deterrence. It is also an educational piece. Individuals still do not know that it is a felony now in the city of Los Angeles to commit such a crime. And like I said, please, if you have seen this individual, call us. The number for the detective that is assigned to the case, it's been provided. If you don't remember, call 911. If you want to remain anonymous, please reach out to LA Crime Stoppers. They are a tremendous partner with us, and we have been able to solve many of our cases thanks to your partnership, the community, and LA Crime Stoppers. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
his face has been out there for several hours to a while. Have you gotten any tips so far?
Yes. I was literally about to reach out to my detectives a few minutes ago. We were getting calls already. So I'm hoping that we get some good leads and calls, or we're please, if you think you know him, if you think you've seen this individual somewhere, please call us. That's how effective you folks are. Thank you for what you folks do once again. We're putting this out there to the world. I think people are saying, hey, I want to help. So thank you.
Is he a transient, or can you tell?
It's hard to tell. He was pulling a briefcase around. I'm not sure if that helps at all, but I'm not sure if that signals anything. But he appeared to be a normal shopper, basically.
Did he leave with the briefcase?
You know, I'm not sure. I know they're still processing a lot of evidence at scene. I'm not sure if that briefcase was part of what he took or not.
Do you have someone in Spanish? Claro que sí. Do we have any other questions for English press?
Just to clarify one more time, how many total victims were there again?
Yes, 2 victims shot.
Okay.
Two victims shot.
And how are they?
Person injured?
I'm sorry, there's two questions.
Sorry, just for the victims, and how are they? Their current status?
So one victim was treated and released this morning out of the hospital. The other is listed in critical condition.
And that's the last one.
Correct.
Okay, forgive my confusion. So, did he show up with the suitcase, or did he steal the suitcase?
He showed up with a suitcase and stuffed it with items of merchandise.
And third person injured and not shot?
So at this point, we'll identify those 2 victims shot. At this point, we may find more people later because a lot of people left the scene. But as of now, we only have 2. Go ahead, Ma'am.
Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es Lilian Carranza, soy una de los comandantes aquí en el Departamento de Policía de Los Ángeles y el día de hoy estamos aquí para reportar acerca de un crimen que sucedió anoche en la área de downtown de Los Ángeles. Primeramente quiero darles las gracias por estar aquí porque este caso va a ser resuelto, este individuo va a ser identificado, arrestado y procesado por la información que vamos a recibir de nuestra comunidad. Obviamente nosotros no sabemos quién es este individuo a este momento, pero gracias a la prensa y esa colaboración con la comunidad, ellos nos van a ayudar a determinar quién es este individuo. También quiero darle las gracias a los oficiales que están aquí y también los que están todavía trabajando en la escena del crimen, coleccionando evidencia. Especialmente al capitán Raúl Jovel, que es el capitán aquí de la área de Centro, la división de Central, y también los detectives y los supervisores que están detrás de mí. Anoche hubo un individuo que entró a la tienda y cargaba una maleta. Una vez entró, él comenzó a poner objetos, mercadería dentro de la maleta. Él salió de la tienda y en ese momento fue cuando las personas de seguridad que trabajan ahí, uno bajo cubierto y el otro uniformado, le dijo de que regresara a la propiedad. El sujeto sacó una pistola y le disparó varias veces a estos individuos. Ellos fueron heridos, uno muy gravemente y todavía está en el hospital. El otro recibió primeros auxilios en el hospital y los mandaron a su casa. Y todavía el segundo está bajo observación y en un estado bien crítico. Este individuo es describido como un hombre, quizá de raza mixta, de unos 20 a 25 años de edad, 5 pies, 8 pulgadas de alto y como 140 libras. Él tiene unas características, muchísimas gracias. Él tiene unas características que son bien fácil de reconocer y esperamos de que alguien, un televidente, pueda reconocerlo y que nos llame. Si tienen miedo de llamarnos, puede mantenerse anónimamente, llamar al 911. También hemos proporcionado el número telefónico de nuestros detectives y aparte de eso también pueden llamar a Los Ángeles Crime Stoppers y mantenerse anónimos y aún así cooperar con esta investigación.
Sabemos que las 2 personas que fueron heridas, uno de las personas de seguridad y la otra persona es el target.
Las 2 personas trabajan en seguridad, uno de ellos bajo cubierto y el otro uniformado, y los 2 trabajan para ese local.
¿Ninguna persona más resultó herida en el incidente?
No, todavía no estamos investigando, pero ya para este tiempo nos hubiéramos dado cuenta si alguien más ha sido herido y hasta este momento es la única información que tenemos es que 2 personas fueron heridos, los 2 empleados. No sabemos si el sospechoso fue herido porque fue una escena donde los oficiales de seguridad tuvieron que defenderse y dispararon también.
Los cargos para este tipo de crimen han cambiado, ¿verdad? ¿Nos podría explicar eso también?
Sí, la proposición número 36 vino en efecto el 18 de diciembre. Eso hace un delito mayor, robar, especialmente mercadería totalmente de $950 o más. También eso se puede hacer cargos de un delito mayor si podemos probar que esta persona en agregamiento pudo colectar $950 o más en mercancía robada. En este caso, comenzó como un robo, pero inafortunadamente cuando quisieron detenerlo, él sacó una pistola y eso lo hace un delito mucho más serio, un delito violento, un delito en el cual él usó una arma de fuego y también hirió a 2 personas, una de ellas muy gravemente.
If the suspect sees this, what would you guys tell him?
If the suspect sees this, please turn yourself in, call 911, call your local police station, let us know, and once we make arrangements to come and meet with you, please do not make any further movements. Please cooperate with the directions of the officers and make sure that we can see your hands at all times, and also preferably that your clothing is something that we can see and feel comfortable with. Do not come out with any weapons, and that will be a peaceful resolution to something like this, and the best that we could hope for.
¿Puedes decir eso en español, por favor?
Por supuesto que sí. Si el sospechoso está viendo esto, la sugerencia es que llámenos, entréguese, y cuando llame, háganos saber que se está entregando. Nosotros podemos hacer los arreglos para venir y recogerlo, arrestarlo de una manera que no va a ser violenta, va a ser pacífica, pero cuando salgan, por favor, no hagan ningunos movimientos furtivos que pueden asustar a alguien. No venga armado, venga sin ninguna arma y preferiblemente con ropa que podamos ver que no tiene ninguna arma en sí.
Sabemos que en el 2022 hubo un tiroteo también en ese mismo centro comercial. ¿Se han implementado algún otro tipo de medidas en este lugar, ya que hay mucha gente entrando y saliendo y no se puede saber específicamente quién está armado, ¿no?
Absolutamente. El lugar ha aumentado la seguridad. Obviamente porque ahora tienen seguridad que está bajo cubierta y también seguridad que está en uniforme y armado. También el capitán aquí, él se asegura de que hacemos muchas actividades con ellos en esa área, y en veces puede ver muchos oficiales uniformados caminando por ahí y haciendo su presencia clara para todas las personas. Y también hacemos casos en los cuales vamos y bajo cubierta vemos quién roba, y esas personas son arrestadas inmediatamente, no solo por oficiales que están bajo cubierta, pero también oficiales que responden inmediatamente uniformados.
What charges is this guy looking at?
I'm sorry?
Charges?
Really, if we arrest this individual, multiple charges, we have to look at the bail. Definitely attempt murder. This is definitely a deliberate attempt to kill, multiple individuals. There's a robbery, use of a gun, multiple victims. So we have to present when we identify and arrest this individual, and we will identify and arrest this individual. We'll present the evidence to the district attorney's office and see what they'll file. But we'll ask for the world, and we'll let the evidence show. Very well.
Can you
Okay, last question.
Wait. I gotta grab this one.
Can you say the victims were shot once each, or?
I actually stopped by the hospital today. I visited the victim that's severely injured. Talked to mom, a couple family members. Like I said, he's still going through a lot. That victim's received multiple gunshot wounds. The other victim I was unable to talk to had checked out, unfortunately. But I reassured the mom that we'll leave no stone unturned to find this individual. And I promised her we would arrest her, and I would personally call her. When we do it, I will. So, let's hope this individual gets better. But he suffered very severe wounds.
How many times was he shot? How many times was he shot?
We don't know. All I know is multiple at this point. Really don't know exactly how many.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff.